The yellow letters are in the film and they are representing something bad happening, but it's also in the film that the character is taking the yellow letter and he makes it into a play, turns it into a play. So there is also hope art can actually transform something dark into something bright. The question of dignity is a big one. The question of resistance is also always about how much are you ready to sacrifice, and when the necessity, the economic necessity gets bigger and bigger, it gets more difficult to go into that resistance, to stay in that resistance. So I think in the end it comes down to dignity and how can I walk through life and not be ashamed. And that's a very big question that we all have to face when we make our decisions.
Sen harbiden tiyatroyla dünyayı kurtardın mı sanıyorsun?
Aynen öyle sanıyorum.
Yazdıklarım, oyunlarım hepsi hayattan besleniyor.
Ne oldu lan?
Abi sana haber gelmedi mi daha? Acıya alındık. Hepimiz.
Etraf vatan haini, terörist kaynıyor dediler.
Bu yolda herkes nerede duracağını bilsin.
Bu kadarcıksın sen. Busun. Ne dedik? Problemden değil, korkusundan korkacaksın.
I think it's a question that is not new. It's always been there, where you have to decide whether you partner up with the people in charge or where you stand for your ideals. And I cannot say which is which and which is right. My job as a filmmaker and a storyteller is just not to judge, but just to make things comprehensible. I hope that people understand why my characters are choosing the way they are. My job is just to love them and just whatever decision they take, to feel love for them no matter what they do. And only then I think we can create three-dimensional characters.
Sarı sarılar. Hadi bakalım ne geliyor?
Hakkını sonuna kadar savunacaksın evladım.
Bir fikre sahip olmak cürüm değilse ona lisan vermek de cürüm değildir Sayın Hakim.
Kendi başınıza gelene kadar çok dağıtıyorsa buna dokunmadınız sonuçta.
Şansını yükseltmemiz adına geçmişteki bazı paylaşımlarını silmen faydalı olabilir diye düşünüyorum.
Boundaries are just illusions. It's something that humans have made up at some point. It doesn't matter if you're in Ankara or in Budapest or in Berlin. We're all humans and we all live in a very similar world and we're all facing the same problems globally. We tried to take that and put it into the film and just say, hey, this isn't just about Turkey, it's about us here in Germany, or it's about us in Mexico, or wherever you are living right now. It's about how we can protect our values, how we can hold up our ideals, and how we can stick together as families and a society.
Bu durumu mahkemeye götürmekten başka bir çare bırakmıyorsunuz bize.
Kadriye Hanım, daha fazla üzmeyelim birbirimizi. Hele ki ülkemiz bekası için 7 düvele karşı mücadele verirken.
O 7 düvel dediğiniz gökkuşağının 7 rengi olmasın hocam?
Anlamadım, pardon.
Anlaşılmayacak bir şey yok efendim. Kırmızı, turuncu, yeşil, sarı,
şimdi
mavi,
şöyle-
mor.
Üniversitemizi veya devletimizi mahkemeye vermek istiyorsanız buyurun.
Saçmalık ya.
Buyurun.
Gerçekten
Yolunuz
saçmalık
açık
arkadaşlar.
olsun.
Hadi ne halt yemeğe geldiysek zaten.
It's so easy to hide behind, just say, I'm just following orders, I'm sorry. I hate that. There is no logic in there. Sometimes I find myself in these situations where I'm like, hey, why don't we do it this way? It makes more sense. No, I'm just following orders. What the fuck? It's the way how authoritarian and totalitarian regimes have always, gathered people for their idea. They just say, it's not your responsibility. You're just following orders. Oh, yeah, okay, so I'm just following orders. And then all of a sudden they can be the sheriff. And that gives them some sort of power. And they say, I'm just following orders. But where is the humanness in there? And why aren't you reasonable? Why aren't you thinking? You have to think. Where's your brain? Where did you leave your brain? I hate when people say I'm just following orders.
Hiçbir etik değerin kalmamış.
Ben direnmekten
Ya
yoruldum
sen ne
Aziz.
direndin Allah aşkına? Gittin tiyatroda 2 tane kavga ettin. Direnişçi mi oldun başımızda?
Boş hayaller peşinde koşuyorsun
Ya
Aziz.
sen koşma.
Turkish, there's a saying that a character is only revealed under pressure, you know. When you put a character under pressure, then you see the darkness of it. And I think with Aziz, it's just like that. He is a very kind and loving and tender man. And he's not a macho or a patriarch at all. But when put under pressure, some of those aspects, they come out of him, of course. And perhaps he's even surprised by himself that these, patriarchic dark shades in his character are even there. He didn't know about it. When you look at parenting as a sort of way, like a state, you know, parents are a state to a kid. They make the rules, they tell you what to eat, they tell you how to live, they give you a sort of philosophy in life. And when those parents are put under pressure, it's human to give that pressure to your people, to the people around you. And of course, that kid is being affected by that pressure. And then she's just doing what they are doing. She's fleeing. So they are fleeing from Ankara to Istanbul. And she's fleeing from the house in Istanbul to her boyfriend. And then they go after her, just like the state does with them. So it's a miniature of the state. Parenting is a miniature of the state in a way. There is even this scene where they find her cigarettes and he's trying to be this liberal guy. And she's like, oh, you're annoying me. And he asks her the question, do you want me to be authoritarian? Do you want me to put rules on you? And when she doesn't obey, he actually does do it. and it's a shift in his politics, you could say.